Hi Pile 1, welcome to your reading today. So I'm actually leaving the door open so you can hear the rain. If this is one of the little blizzard of California that you've been hearing about on the news. So it's been raining a lot and I feel like what better to read books and have a cozy fire, to have it rain outside and have it be really cozy. So I hope the rain noise doesn't bother you. I hope it just adds a little bit of like magic to the reading today. You want to know, what does your person want from you? They can be so confusing sometimes. And you have picked this beautiful Hocus Pocus book. I feel like now that we're in Pisces season, I wanted to do a video based on fantasy and spirituality. So there was the Yogi book for the spiritualists out there, and then we have Hocus Pocus for the fandom. So it's very fun. I know I just did a Disney reading, so some of you maybe trickle in over from there. I'm going to put this, I kind of want to keep it in frame, but I also want to have a lot of tables, so maybe I will put it down here for now. You also have picked this Binx cat from the movie. So this is Jet, I think the crystal is. So some of you may be connected to cats or to Binx or that sort of thing. And we'll put him, I want to put him in a place there you can see. There he is. Okay. And see, pile 1's always my experimental pile. You guys are always the first ones. You guys get to be the guinea pigs and see how it goes. You also have picked the Hocus Pocus Tarot. So this is a very cool deck. I used this in my Halloween series a few months ago, and my best friend Marissa sent it to me, which is cool, and it arrived exactly on Halloween, or when I was filming the Halloween finale video, which was very magic. So you guys have picked something magical today as well. So we're going to do a little bit of a spread to see what's going on in this connection, and then we're going to see what do they want from you. So I will start off with a traditional relationship spread. I'm going to do 3 cards for your side, how your person is thinking and feeling about you right now, and then 3 cards for their side. Or sorry, this is how you're thinking about them. So this is how they're thinking about you. We have 3 cards for the past. What has happened already to bring the two of you to where you are now? What is happening in the next few months from now? And what is happening more longer term? So we'll do that. Or you know what, we're going to change it up. I'm going to say, this is how they're thinking and feeling about you currently. This is what they wanted from you. This is what they will want from you short term, and what they will most likely want from you, for you, kind of down the road. So, and I'm going to do reversals for more information. So, all right, you get the 2 of Candles, the Ace of Candles, and the Master. And we have this all in reverse. So the way that you're viewing your person right now, I will show you the cards upright just so you can see them in the camera this way. But just know that they did show up for you in reverse. And so with the 2 of Candles, this is the 2 of Wands. So the way that you're looking at your person right now is, it seems like you're a little bit confused what they, well, okay, fine. That's so stupid to say. Yes, you're confused what they want. The 2 of Wands, or usually represents like choices and decisions. I always look at this as sexual chemistry and passion. So you also might be feeling like the chemistry or the passion in this connection is on pause or on delay, or maybe you guys haven't been able to be together in that intimate way lately. So there is that with the 2 of Wands in reverse. For you, I feel like you've been feeling a lack of passion from them. The Ace of Candles or the Ace of Wands. So, and I always try to put it in front of my face so that it focuses with the camera. So the Ace of Candles or Ace of Wands, it represents how, with it in reverse, you're feeling like things aren't moving forward, you aren't really getting off the ground, you're feeling like, usually the Ace of Wands is about making just choices or decisions and impulsively leaping at something. So you're feeling like you don't really want to take action right now, or that maybe your person is not taking action right now. It might be that you feel that it's been difficult for you or your person to make a decision about this connection and to take action on it. Or that you've had to wait for a long time, or you've had to wait longer than you wanted to. And then I get the Master, which is the Devil. So basically this is Capricorn energy is showing up strong for this pile. You're also feeling like maybe your person is focusing so much on work or career Again, the Devil is like a Capricorn card. It's a passionate card sometimes. And with it being in reverse, everything is in reverse. With it being in reverse, it seems like that it's like you're feeling the passion in this connection. You're wondering, has the passion died? You're wondering, can this move forward? You're wondering what's going to happen with this energy. So it's tricky. Let's get some information about what are they thinking and feeling. Well, their cards are all upright, so that's interesting. So first of all, I get the 6 of Pumpkins. I get the 5 of Pumpkins. And I get the 7 of Pumpkins. So this is very interesting, actually. So, okay. So first of all, we get the 6 of Pumpkins, or 6 of Pentacles. And this is an interesting card because it represents giving or receiving. It's interesting, even in this, it's almost like the pumpkins are lollipops tied with a bow, tied like a gift. So your person is thinking that they do want to give more in this connection, that they do want to, they're probably very aware that they haven't been giving a lot, and that they want to put more into this. They want to invest more into this. They want to grow this slowly over time. The 7 of Pumpkins, or 7 of Pentacles, is wanting to really grow and build this over time. And then I get the 5 of Pumpkins, as there's a lot of worries, there's a lot of fears. There's a fear of being left out in the cold. So this 7 of Pumpkins, or 5 of Pumpkins, is basically their worries and their fears about this connection, fears of abandonment, fears of being left behind. So it's interesting, maybe their fears and their worries, which has been interfering a little bit with building this connection, has been making you feel like it's been affecting the sexual connection or the sex drive. Sometimes anxiety can do that. It seems like maybe their worries and fears have been holding them back, so they haven't been taking as much action. It seems like maybe they're afraid to ruin it, so they haven't been wanting to dive forward right away. They're wanting it to grow slowly. Maybe you're just used to people sweeping in and just, pursuing you hard and fast, and it's confusing to see somebody going slower. So it might be that you're confused because you're thinking, gosh, usually I'm so used to people being so direct with me, so coming on so strong with me, so, pursuing me very passionately, etc. And that you're feeling like, gosh, my person is going so slow. Do they even want to be with me? Are they serious about this? Are they really focusing on me? What's going on? In the past, what they wanted from you is all the reverse cards. So I get the World in reverse. Now I feel like I can't lean forward to the camera because Lucky is laying. I don't know if you can see him. Can you see him? Can you see his little face? Yes. Yes. Hello, little man, little Binx. Okay, here it is. So the World. It seems like your person in reverse. This is so cute. This is actually the end of the movie where, well, I don't want to spoil it for you guys if you haven't seen Hocus Pocus, but I feel like there's probably nobody that's picked this pile that hasn't seen the movie, because clearly you picked it because you love the movie. All right, so this is basically where the brother and sister reunite at the end. So it seems like maybe in the past they didn't want to reunite with you, or maybe you guys have been in separation and they haven't, they didn't want to reconnect with you, or they didn't want you to reach out, or they, felt like, you guys didn't want to reconcile in the past. I get the 4 of Pumpkins. It seems like in reverse. It seems like maybe they didn't value you, or they didn't hold on to you. Maybe they took you for granted. Maybe this connection, it fizzled out. Maybe they felt like they didn't want to open up. They weren't wanting to communicate to you and say the things that you needed to hear for this connection to keep progressing. So there is that. And then I get the 4 of Potions, or 4 of Cups. And this is in reverse. So with the 4 of Cups, it's kind of like they weren't wanting to be bored in a connection. They wanted excitement. They wanted fun. They wanted passion. And so maybe they left you to pursue other things, or maybe and this is only for people that have been together for a while and then went into separation, that they felt like maybe the grass is greener on the other side, and now they realize, like, no, I actually want to put my time and energy and attention into pile 1. It seems like they didn't want to reconcile, or they didn't want you to reconcile for them. They didn't want to make you bored. They didn't want to make you stagnant. So maybe they have a fear that being in, or maybe you have a fear that being in a relationship with a commitment where they're all in will turn boring, or will, that's their fear, or your fear that if you guys really commit to each other, that you guys are just not going to be excited, or that this connection wouldn't keep its passion. It might be that now you're wondering, well, if we're still together or we're still continuing, is the passion dying? Is the passion kind of morphing just into feeling like, oh, things are just fine, but not actually spicy enough or getting off the ground? Like maybe you're wondering from your person, do they still really like you if the passion is kind of just settling down into more of a traditional, more stable relationship where it's not so dramatic, or there's not so much tension, or there's not so much, toxic drama. Usually hot passion can come out of toxic drama. And sometimes with the lack of it, people can get confused if the other person's really into them, especially if they have been wanting to get attention from their person, or they've been wanting to get attention from you, or you've been trying to get attention from them and they haven't been acting toxic. Sometimes we're confused, like, oh, do they really want us if they don't get jealous? Do they really want us if they don't run down the street yelling at us to come back? Do they really want us if they don't do like grand romantic gestures of toxic proportions? So it may be that there's a little bit of that going on. Maybe one or both of you are always used to toxic relationships, and it's hard to know what a real healthy relationship looks like. So those are some examples, because I know that this is a general reading where a lot of people are watching, so there are definitely some things happening. I get the Queen of Lightning, so that's very cool. The Page of Candles and the Judgment. So Queen of Lightning, this seems like swords. Yes. Okay. So in the future, what they want from you, it seems like they want, in the next 3 months, they want a combination of being like a best friend. The Queen of Swords, I always look at this as, and again, this is also air signs, so Gemini, Aquarius, Libra showing up. Basically, the Queen of Wands, and these are all upright, which is good. Queen of Wands represents, they want you, or sorry, Queen of Wands. This is Queen of Swords. They want you to be like a best friend. They want you to have great communication with them. They want you guys to have good talks. They want you to be strong, and they want you to be empowered. But it's interesting because then I get the Judgment. And this is interesting. This is the Cemetery. They want to make a decision, I feel, about this connection, but it's almost like they want both aspects of you. They want both sides of you. Because I get the Page of Candles or Page of Wands. So it's kind of like they want your passionate, sweet, innocent, fun, spicy side. But they also want your mature, very good communication, practical side. And they want both with this Judgment card. So it seems like they want both aspects of you, both sides of you. And that's kind of more of like what they're wanting from you. So they really want your passionate side. They want your logical, practical side. And maybe they want you to temper your passion with your logic, but also they don't want the passion to go away. They just want it to be kind of displayed to them in a way that they can take in, or that they can handle. They don't want it to be too hot for them, but they also, that you forget self-control. But they don't want you to be so controlled that like the passion's not there. So it might be that you guys are trying to find a balance. Maybe both of you have had situations or relationships in the past that have been like all or nothing relationships, where it's been like too much passion and not enough logic, or too much logic and restraint and not enough passion. It seems like you guys are kind of trying to figure out the balance of this. I feel like they definitely don't want it to be too spicy that it blows up in their face. And it seems like that there's that. Now, for some of them, if there is a third-party situation, because I'm getting a Queen and a Princess and a Judgment, in the next 3 months, making a decision between these two people, you or they or both of you may be in third-party situations where if they are dating, now this is just scenarios, you can pick your situation. If they are in a situation where they have to choose between a fire sign, feminine, and an air sign, feminine, that in the next 3 months, I feel like what they want is they want to be able to make this choice. They want you to let them make this choice. They want to make this choice themselves, and they want to make that decision. If you are somebody that is dating somebody else, if you are with a fire sign and they're an air sign, or if you're with an air sign and they're a fire sign, they want you in the next 3 months to choose between the two of them, between the person you're dating and them, and they want you to make this decision. Now, you guys don't have to be air or fire signs, but that could be in there or in your chart somewhere for some of you out there watching. Down the road, what they really want is it seems like they want longevity with you, because I get the Hermit in reverse. So I'll show you this card upright so you can see it. And the Hermit is usually, this is again Capricorn energy or Virgo energy. And it seems like with this Hermit, it's usually the Hermit card is about removing themselves, gaining some divine wisdom from being alone or having some alone time. But with it in reverse, it seems like they don't want to end this connection. They don't want to leave. They don't want to go off. They don't want to end it. They don't want to be separated or be in separation with you. So it seems like down the road, either they want to maybe pick between somebody and you and then choose you and then be with you and not be in separation, or they want you to pick between them and somebody else and then not be in separation. So it seems like they don't want to be in separation with you down the road. It may be that they need more time. The 7 of Pumpkins or 7 of Pentacles is that they definitely need to build more time. So maybe they don't want to make this choice right away, but they want to soon. Or maybe they're trying to give you time if you need to make a decision, and that they're trying to give you time. Maybe for you, you're feeling like you're wanting to hold back from being passionate or sexual with your person because they need to pick between you and another, or you need to pick between them and another. So that might be another reason why maybe you're holding back the passion. Also, if this is a new connection, you may be like, oh, I don't want to jump in bed right away. Oh, I need to hold myself back. Oh, I want to go slow too. So it may be that you guys are kind of on that page as well. So those are some multiple scenarios that are going on in this connection. All right, I want to do a little bit more about what do they want from you. So please tell me, Spirit, what pile 1's person wants from them. So I will put the cards out first and then describe them. So 1, 2. And I will do it where I will read them if they're in reverse, and then I will put them on the camera so that if they are in reverse, they will look upside down. All right. So yes, okay. So first I get the 10 of Cups, 10 of Potions in reverse. I get the 9 of Potions or 9 of Cups in reverse. I get the Justice card upright. I get the Wheel of Fortune card upright. And I get the Knight of Cups upright. So, okay, so what I'm seeing, and I'm going to flip them around for you guys so you can see them. All right, so this is actually how they are really showing up for you as you're looking at them. Okay, and I want to Okay. So, we'll start with the first one we got, which is, we got the 10 of Cups and we have it in reverse. So this is what the card looks like. So 10 of Cups is usually a card of ultimate happiness, but it's in reverse. So it's so interesting because this is like what they want from you is they want you to be sad. It's so interesting. You know how sometimes people are like, I want my person to suffer because I want them to really miss me. I want them to really be in pain without me. I want them to really know my value. And it can sometimes be a little toxic when, we want our person to suffer for us, or we want them to be in pain without us. Because we don't really want our person to be in pain, right? Like, we have empathy for them. We want them to be happy. We don't want them to be in pain. But we also want them to have realizations, and we want them to have epiphanies. Sometimes we even want them to have consequences of their actions if their actions aren't very good. Sometimes we want to pull ourselves back for them to realize maybe what they did wrong. So those are sometimes things that we think. So it seems like right now at this moment, your person wants you to miss them. Your person wants you to not be so happy maybe with the other person if you're dating somebody else. They want you to be sad without them. Then I get the 9 of Cups, which this is a card upright. So basically the Nine of Cups is about dreams and wishes coming true. So it seems like they don't really want you to be happy. They don't really want you to be happy without them. They don't want your dreams to come true. If you're with somebody else, they definitely don't want you to be happy with somebody else. They don't want you to feel like, oh my gosh, my dreams are true because this person that I'm dating, that's somebody else besides pile one's person, is the best. Like, they don't want to be outshone by like somebody else. It seems like they definitely don't want your dreams to come true with somebody else. If you guys are not in third-party situations and you're not dating somebody else, I feel like your person wants you to miss them. They want you to be sad without them. They want you to know their value. They want you to be really like clear that they are important to you. So there is that. Justice card upright. It seems like they really want good karma. They want both of you to treat each other fairly. Libra card again. So it seems like they definitely want you guys to, realize or have some epiphanies or realizations about this connection. It seems like they want you to realize maybe from suffering how much they are important and how to treat them well. So your person might be trying to teach you a lesson. Not that I agree with that, but that might be what's happening here. They may want you to, this justice is committed. So this might be, they might want you to be in a committed partnership with them. They might want you to not be happy or commit to somebody else. They want you to commit to them. That kind of thing. Let's see. Then I get the Wheel of Fortune. They want good things to happen in your favor, in your connection. So the Justice is like karma. The Wheel of Fortune is like a karma. This card is upright for them. So it seems like what they do want is, they really do want this connection to go well. They really want good karma and good things to happen between the two of you. And they want you to be generous and give to them and give them all your love. And they want you to spoil them, basically. And then Knight of Cups. It seems like this is, again, a water sign. So this is Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio energy. It seems like they want to be romantic to you. They want to charm you. They want to sweep you off your feet. They want you to be very connected to them. They want to give you a beautiful gift of love. They want to be able to be romantic and poetic and to be able to express themselves clearly. So that's very beautiful. So they want you to receive their romantic gestures, and they want to be looked at as better than everybody else. Now, again, that doesn't have to be something that you buy into. That doesn't have to be something that they get to have. It seems like that's just kind of like what they want. And sometimes we want things, but we don't actually want it to come true. Like sometimes we have fantasies about things that we don't actually want to act on. And sometimes we want things, but we want other things more, or we want something, but we want it only a little bit. So there's kind of like that. There's like a spectrum in that way. I want to know a little bit. I got this cool card deck from Alfie's Wheel, and it's called When One Door Closes, and it talks about like what the next step is. So I want to look a little bit about this. I want to see in regards to what they want from you. I want to see what is it that they want from you now that one cycle is done behind you and you guys are starting a new cycle. So what did they want? Okay, so we'll do two. All right. 14, the number 14 might be important to some of you out there as well. Could be a birthday or an important date. It says window of invention and industry. So it seems like, your person wants you to come up with some very interesting creative solutions. So they want you to be like an inventor. They want you to come up with some creative solutions so that the two of you can really move forward well together. So that's very beautiful. This looks like the Industrial Revolution, of the U.S. back in the 1900s. And it says 13, ingenuity, quick thinking, problem solving. Yeah, so I feel like that kind of goes hand in hand, where your person really wants you, like the Queen of Swords, to have some quick thinking, to really be able to focus on the two of you, to really come up with some creative ideas. It's interesting how your person kind of feels like they want you to make all these choices. maybe in some way they want to empower you, or maybe they feel like they just want you to be, to make choices that you feel good about. But it seems, or maybe they feel like they might not be taking the responsibility or the blame in this connection. Maybe they are like, oh, pile one just has to figure it out. Pile one has to fix this whole thing. Maybe they're upset about something and they're like, oh, well, pile one has to fix it. Or maybe they just don't want to have to make choices and they would rather you make the choices for them. Sometimes they want you to make the choices so that they don't have to have the responsibility of it, or they don't have to be the one hurting you, or they can just be like, oh, well, pile one made a decision that they want to do, so then that's perfect for me. So it's kind of like they know that either you'll make a choice that you're good with, or that you're making a choice so they don't have to do it. So I think that's very interesting. Let's see. Oh, yes. Okay, so for this particular pile, I have some special princess cards. So these are affirmation cards. These are very cool. I got these actually from one of my viewers because I was doing the Disney readings. And so what's interesting with this is some advice for you. This is some kind of self-care for you. It comes in 4 piles. I've never used these before, ever. So since you picked a Disney book, I am going to pick one card for you from each one of these decks. It might be food for thought. It might be an affirmation. It might be just something to help you or some advice. Or it might connect to something in your life that you know, but I feel like it is going to connect to your situation with your person. So we'll pull, and I've never done this before, so bear with me. All right, this is the deck the pile called Inspiration. So we will have this card come out. For affirmation, this is an affirmation you can say about your situation with your person right now. This is an activity maybe you can do with your person, or maybe you can do on your own regarding your situation. Oh wow, Ariel comes up twice. That might be an interesting character for you. Maybe you're a redhead. Pocahontas comes up. Maybe you're Native American. All right, and conversations. Food for thought. Rapunzel. Maybe you're blonde. So basically, maybe you have every hair color that exists. Okay, excellent. So first, inspiration. I just don't see how a world that makes such wonderful things could be bad. So it seems like maybe you're being guided at this time as advice it's interesting. So she's reading a book. That's so cute. So maybe you need to read Hocus Pocus, or maybe you need to read The Little Mermaid, or maybe The Little Mermaid story applies to you, especially because Ariel and Flounder are showing up twice here, which is interesting, like you and your best friend, or maybe this is you and your person. So it's very interesting, like the connection here. Maybe your person is your best friend. So it's interesting because it seems like it's about looking on the bright side, or maybe it's like in this relationship, in this connection between you and your person, there are a lot of wonderful things. There are a lot of beautiful things. It's not all bad. And maybe it's about, instead of focusing on the negative things that bother you, and maybe your person even wants you to, focus on the good things, or focus on the things that are good about your connection, really about placing deliberately your attention on the things that are positive and praising that with your person, and that might be able to help them give you more of that. So there is that. Your person also might be wanting more praise, or maybe you're wanting more words of affirmation from your person. And then since we started with Ariel, we will continue with her. So activity, have a scavenger hunt. Ask a family member or a friend, or maybe your person, if you guys are in that space of your connection, to hide small household objects such as a fork, a chess piece, a thimble, and other thingamabobs. Then you can have fun finding them. Okay, so if you are in a situation with your person where you guys play with each other and you have games and you guys can, go on dates and stuff, maybe planning a little scavenger hunt could be fun. Maybe they need to find things, or maybe you need to find things in regards to your connection. Or maybe planning a little scavenger hunt could be fun and innocent between the two of you, and it can help your connection deepen. So there is that. Also, it's interesting with thingamabobs. Ariel in the movies, she used to collect items. See in her hand, she's holding something precious and valuable. And it's interesting because it seems like in the past, your person maybe wasn't really appreciating you or seeing you as valuable. Or maybe there was a special symbolic item between the two of you that maybe they threw away, or maybe they didn't hold on to it or value it or that sort of thing, or maybe they lost it by accident. But it seems like, Ariel is very sentimental. Maybe there's a gift love language going on in this connection for one or both of you. And it seems like that, she really cherished and held on to things that were important. So maybe it's about maybe going over some memories with your person or going over some things that are important. Or maybe you could show your person something that, maybe that you've kept after this, all this time, or that you've kept in this connection, and that it's symbolic, and that your person will recognize it and be like, oh my God, I remember going to that movie with you, or wow, I really remember, wow, you saved those flowers. That's so cool. Or, something about your connection that your person really values. Maybe you, can realize the importance of some object or something like that. With the affirmation pile, I am empathic. It's natural to view a situation from my own perspective, especially during a disagreement. But if I put myself in the other person's place, I am sure to find a resolution. It seems like your person might be wanting you to see things from their point of view. It seems like maybe they want you to understand them or know their side of things. It seems like you're watching this video because you probably want to know what they're thinking and feeling, what really their perspective or what their side of things is. So there is that. But it does seem like, that your person is really wanting you to apparently understand them and see things from their point of view or from their side. And then we have Rapunzel from the conversation. So maybe this is a conversation you and your person can have, or maybe they want to have a conversation like this with you if you guys are speaking, if you're not in separation. Or even if you're in separation, maybe they wish they could have a conversation like this with you. Painting, singing, knitting, playing guitar, and healing people with my hair are some of the things I'm good at. What are some of the things you're good at? How do you feel when you're doing them? So I think this is interesting. This is about spending quality time together. And these are interesting kind of activities. So maybe you or your person is an artist. Maybe you or your person is a painter or a singer. Or maybe you knit, or maybe you make things, crafts with your hands. Maybe you play guitar. Maybe you play other instruments. Maybe you're a healer. Maybe you're a doctor or a nurse, or they're a doctor or a nurse. Or there's maybe you're a therapist. Maybe there's healing that's going on. Maybe you're an energy healer. Maybe they do Qigong or Reiki. So it seems like these are some activities that might resonate with you and your person as confirmation for you. They want you to think about, or maybe even your person is curious about wanting you to focus on activities and hobbies that you really love to do. Maybe your person wants you to spend more time on the hobbies that you want to do, focusing on the activities that you really like. And they want you to feel good doing things that you love, doing things that you enjoy. So this is a card so you can see it. So there's that. All right, so those are the Princess Affirmation cards for you guys. So I have a final message for you in regards to what does your person want from you? And we'll just look at it straight from their mouth. So we're going to take this deck. We're going to do one card from each deck. We're going to do this deck. We're going to do, this deck. And I want to do the Hermit. All right. So, we're going to pull a card. What does your person want from you? Feminine. That makes sense. If you're a feminine energy watching this, your person, especially if they're a masculine energy, they want you to be in your divine feminine energy. Love letter. Some of them want to hear from you. They want communication from you. They want to talk with you. Confusion. They want some clarity. And it's good you guys got the Ace of Swords, which is communication and clarity. Maybe they're wanting from you. They want to hear from you. They want to know your side as well. And my life started when I met you. Again, nostalgia, memories, thinking about when you guys first met. So there is that. So feminine. It seems like, your person wants you to do the things you love, to enjoy it, to be in your feminine energy, to go in the flow, and to really be able to absorb yourself in things, especially if they're like artistic or creative pursuits or emotional or spiritual pursuits. Anything that gets you in your feminine energy. And feminine energy is also receptive energy. So letting them take action or coming to you or that sort of thing could apply to some of you out there. Love letter, I feel like they would like to talk with you, communicate with you. Maybe they want you to write to them or text them or call them or talk with you in person if you guys have that dynamic in your connection. If you guys are, talking. If you guys are not blocked. I get confusion, which is puzzled, unsettled, and unclear. So yeah, so your person may want to confuse you. They may want to, be more of a mystery right now, or they might want clarity from you. Maybe clarity from like your side about, maybe they want you to make some choices or some decisions that are good for you, that make you happy. And then my life started when I met you. They might want to be, reminiscing with you or very nostalgic. So that is what I have for you, pile one. I hope this has helped you, and I hope you've enjoyed this connection and this reading today. This was a special request from one of my viewers, so I hope this helped you as well if you picked this pile. And until next time, I will see you guys soon. If you liked this video, I'd love for you guys to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And if this didn't resonate with you, feel free to pick another book, another pile, or another video, and I'll see you next time. Bye! Hi, pile 2. Welcome to your reading today. I have left the door open so you can hear the rain. This is the blizzard in California that you've been hearing about on the news. So I feel like what better than to be all cozy by the fire, reading your favorite book, and hearing the rain outside. I feel like it's very pretty. So I wanted to kind of give you a little bit of like this ambiance as we're in Pisces season. We do have our fantasy series of book series. We also have spirituality because Pisces is also very psychic and intuitive. Shout out to my Pisces birthdays out there. And so you may have picked, or if you do pick pile 3, that's the spiritual pile, that's the Autobiography from a Yogi. But for you guys have picked The Princess Bride. This is a very special book. I love this so much. This is one of my probably favorite stories of all time. And I love that you guys have picked this. And I love the like brown leather and like the gold foil. It's so beautiful. I love this book so much. I'm not going to probably put this in frame though as we do this, just because I want there to be a lot of playing space on the table to use the cards. You guys have picked this magnet, as you wish, which of course was the romantic phrase that Wesley would say to Buttercup in place of the words, I love you. There is that. And we have the Lover's Path Tarot cards as the tarot card deck that you picked. So, I will put this in frame, but I will remove you, darling book, because it is very big, and I want to be able to do this with you. So this video is called, What Does Your Person Want From You? So I know that our people or our person can be very confusing, It's very tough in love, very tough to know what they want from us, especially if they're confusing, if they're giving mixed messages, if their feelings are strange. Okay, baby. You can't see him in frame, but Lucky just, yeah, here you go. Lucky, get down, buddy. Don't ruin everything and don't ruin Mommy's table. Okay. You can still see his tail. All right, get down. Get down. Get down. Get down, get down. Thank you. Okay. So we're going to start with a traditional tarot spread, and we're going to look at what is going on in this connection and what do they want from you. So basically, and I'm going to do reversals because it always gives me more information. So this is how you're thinking and feeling about your person right now and what you're going through. This is your person, how they're thinking and feeling about you and how they're experiencing this connection with you right now. This is the past. What have they wanted from you before? So what did they want from you in the past? This is the future in the next 3 months. What will they want from you most likely in the next 3 months coming up? And what will they most likely want from you in the longer term future? So let's see here. So what are you thinking? All right, so I get the 8 of Wands. It seems like you still want to progress with your person. You still want to move forward. You still want to talk to them. You still want there to be fun and excitement in this connection. If you are at a distance from your person geographically, you want to travel to see them, or you want them to travel to see you. And it seems like if you guys, even if you're local, you want to see them in person. So you still want to see your person there. But it also seems like you may not, there may be something that's happened that have kind of knocked you off your game, because it seems like with the Ace of Cups in reverse that, you know, you're pouring the love out. So the Ace of Cups is like you're pouring the love out. And I also noticed too, one, I see the full moon in this card, which is interesting because it may be that your emotions in this connection have been so intense or so heightened that maybe you're feeling like you just need to release your feelings or release your emotions. And I can't help but notice that, one, there's a heart that's upside down in the cup, and there's a crown that's falling out. You might be in the process of like dethroning your person or kind of like releasing them. It seems like you don't want to do it all the way. You still want to talk to them. You still want to see them. You still want to maybe even move forward with them. But also you're kind of feeling like maybe I need to let them go. You're thinking maybe I need to pour out my love. Maybe I've held so much love for my person that I just need to release it right now. And I get the King of Swords in reverse. So your person may be an air sign, masculine. They might be a Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius energy. Interesting how this is an Adonis. Maybe they're super hot and sexy. And maybe they really, you know, make your fire go crazy. But it's in reverse. So you might be, again, dethroning them. And it's interesting because this is the king. But this king does not look like he's wearing a crown anymore. Is he? Is it small? Yeah, it's small. It's on his forehead. But still, it doesn't look like it's a big one. So it's interesting. Oh, but interesting though, your person has flowers. So maybe you've like been waiting for your person to romance you and to come forward or communicate with you. And it seems like with it being in reverse that you're kind of just maybe you're done waiting. Maybe you're releasing it. It seems like maybe you're just kind of, you still would move forward with them, but also it seems like you're probably not waiting anymore. On their side, wow, same. And this is like a divine pair. So as the King of Swords is in reverse, this Princess of Swords is in reverse. It's like you both are basically feeling like you need to change this connection, or both of you are feeling like, wow, they have you on their side, you have them on your side. It's like you both are still thinking about your person, thinking about each other just as much as you have been. You're still very connected. You're still really caring for them. And it's like they're just in this polarity here. So they're upside down, you're upside down to them. So it's crazy. So there is that. But look at what's so upright though. I love this. Tristan and Isolde and Desire. And what's interesting is Tristan and Isolde in the story, they weren't able to really be together, but they had so much love, so much passion, and so much desire. So it seems like even though you and your person feel like, wow, things are really not working the way we wish they were, your person still desires you just as much as ever. Just like you still want to move forward with them in some ways. It seems like you're mirroring each other a lot here. But the Magician is upside down. Your person doesn't know how they're able to manifest it. They don't know how they're going to be able to make magic happen. This is Merlin. So this is interesting. So normally with it upright, it's like the Magician able to make magic happen. But your person feels like very unmagical right now. They're feeling like they just don't know how to make this happen. Or maybe they feel like they blew it. Maybe they feel like they just haven't been able to make things move forward, and they don't know how to progress this connection. They feel like at a loss. Maybe you feel like Buttercup when you felt like Wesley was going to come for you and he never came for you, and you're sitting sad. So it's kind of like you're both kind of wondering how you guys are ever going to make this work and how will you guys come together. What they wanted from you in the past. Okay. So I get the moon and I get it in reverse. And so with the illusion, they call it an illusion card. They didn't want illusions in this connection. They wanted clarity from you. They wanted you to be direct. Now, it doesn't mean that like they would have handled it well if you were. But it seems like they didn't want you to be a mystery. They wanted to know everything. They wanted you to be direct. They wanted you to express yourself. They did not want you to be overly emotional, though. And I have a feeling you probably were very passionate and very emotional. And they probably were like, oh my God, now I'm overwhelmed and flooded. It's like they weren't able to handle the emotion. But it seems like they did not want you to be very emotional, but they wanted to know all the information. 5 of Cups. It seems like they wanted you to miss them. They wanted you to be sad without them. They wanted to be important to you. They wanted you to, they wanted to know that they were the most important person to you. They wanted to be that important and special. So they did want you to grieve. They wanted you to be sad without them, and they wanted you to miss them. But they didn't want a relationship. They didn't want a commitment. I get the 2 of Cups. They did not want that, though. They did not want to be your partner, and they did not want to be a good partner or to basically give to a partnership. So that's what your person wanted from you in the past. They did not want a commitment or a partnership. They probably did not want monogamy. They did not want to commit in that way. They wanted you to miss them. They wanted to be important and special and valuable to you, but they didn't want you to be all emotionally messy about it, and they didn't want to see how like they wanted their cake and eat it too. They basically really wanted like unrealistic things. So they wanted you to not be overly emotional, but they wanted to know everything. So very air sign of them, very King of Swords masculine of them. Now in the next 3 months, what do they want from you? What will they want from you? So I get the 2 of Swords. For whatever reason, they will want you to make a decision or a choice. If there's something going on where they want you to, where it's something like loose ends or things up in the air, it seems like with the 2 of Swords, they really want you to make a decision or make a choice about this connection. So they really want you to choose something. Also, it seems like they go back and forth between wanting your love, but not wanting the consequences of being in a relationship. So I get the Princess of Cups in reverse. So it seems like they don't want you to be, again, very, very emotional or very, very messy or very, very expressing your sadness to them or something like that. So with the Princess of Cups in reverse, it seems like they maybe don't want you to give them love and affection, because it's like they feel that that's a responsibility they don't know if they can take on. They don't want to be responsible for you or your feelings. Then I get the 8 of Coins in reverse. So it seems like what they want from you is they don't want you to prioritize this connection at the expense of everything else, at the expense of your career or your finances. They don't want to drain your money. And it seems like they may not even want you to work hard on this connection. So it's like they don't really want you to maybe keep even investing in them. So maybe they're feeling bad about themselves, or they feel like you deserve better, or they feel like since they can't give you a commitment, they don't want to hold you back. So it's an interesting dynamic. And then what will they want from you maybe down the road, longer term? Later, they will want to, okay, so it's that they don't want you to be focusing on this right now, but later, maybe when they have more to give, or maybe when times are different or better, or you guys can make the magic happen, then they will. So the 7 of Coins upright is like they do want you to be patient, but later. They want you to maybe be back with them, but later, not right now. They want to grow something and build something later down the road, but who knows when. So it seems like that, let's look, actually. So with the 7 of Coins, when will they, down the road, want you to maybe reprioritize them or be back kind of in this connection? All right, there's a couple of windows of time frames because this is a general reading. So I will just give you all 4 of them. So later on down the road in February, So for some of you, it's immediately. Even though this is supposed to be beyond 3 months' time, this could be maybe next year, next February. Or if you guys are watching this later in 2023 or not January. Yeah, I would say maybe in February for some of you watching. Some of you watching maybe in June, so beyond 3 months' time now. So in June, for some of you watching within a year. So yeah, maybe a year from now. Again, interesting with the crown that comes out. And next new moon. So again, that again seems very, very soon. But see what happens if maybe they might just be of two minds. They may be like, oh, I don't want them to wait for me, but I secretly do want them to wait for me. You know, it's like they may think like altruistically, they want to set you free, but emotionally, selfishly, they really have that craving for you. They have the desire for you. So there is that. But those are a few time frames that your person is going to want to build something. It might be that they want to build something with you, but yet still not be responsible for the consequences. That sort of thing. All right. So let's see more. What do they want from you? Okay. What does pile two's person want from them at this time? 7 of Swords. They want honesty. They want to be able to feel like they can trust you. They may want you to be with them at all costs. Like they may, even though they say they don't want you to sacrifice your life for them or put yourself on hold for them, there may be part of them that does. There might be part of them that wants you to be with them. And I get the Prince of Cups, which is the Knight of Cups. I get the 8 of Swords, 8 of Arrows, and the Temperance card, which is Destiny, Patience, Grace. Okay. So what they want from you, if you've moved on, if you're trying to date other people, or if you're dating someone else, they may want you to cheat on that person and be with them, or they may want to, and again, what we want is not always what's morally right. So basically Sigmund Freud, and I know people have mixed feelings about Freud, but Sigmund Freud basically talked about how we have like an id, we have a desire, and then we have a part of our bodies that controls it, that judges it, that's like the super ego, basically. And so basically they say like the id is just wants, it's just desires. It doesn't have, sometimes we want things that we, want to hold ourselves back. We want to make the right choices. But usually that's like the super ego or the part of us that doesn't want to hurt people. So basically the thing is I feel like that your person has carnal desires or passionate desires that maybe they don't act on, or maybe they don't actually want to come true because they don't want to hurt people, or, they're a good person. So they don't want to like do things that are destructive and ruin people's lives. However, if you're with someone, I feel like they want you to be with them. So if that means cheating on your person to be with them, they would want that. Now, do they want you to actually take action on that and do that? Probably not. But is there a part of them that still would love to be with you passionately? Absolutely. So there is that. Now this is not advice. This is not like, go do it. But this is just like, what do they want from you? This is like some of what are their desires. Okay. Prince of Cups. What they want from you is they want you to give them romantic love, even though their wants and desires are very conflicted because they got the Princess of Cups in reverse. So part of them doesn't want to give you love. The other part of them does want to give you love. Same vice versa. Part of them wants you to give them love, but they don't want to deal with the consequences of, but now I want to be in a relationship, and why aren't you texting me, and oh, blah, 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 blah. Oh, they don't want to risk their lives. So it's like they want the good parts. They don't want the consequences. So your Prince of Cups, Tristan, basically wants you to receive their romantic love and their romantic gestures. They want to be able to take action on giving you love and affection. They want you to give that back to them. They want to be able to give and receive love with you. The 8 of Swords upright. They also want you to hold yourself back. They don't want you to be racing forward, though. They are very conflicted. They're very much like, I want everything and I want nothing. I want everything, but I don't want them to actually do it. I want this, but I don't want them to actually that. So Your person doesn't want you to take action on them. They want you to hold yourself back. They want you to be unavailable. They want you to not really be present. And they also want to give you love and receive love from you. But they are scared that to put that into action. They feel like right now is the wrong timing for that. They might judge that. They might condemn that. They might feel like, oh, logically that doesn't make sense right now. So your person is kind of conflicted. And then I get temperance or grace or patience. They want you to be patient. They want you to not stir waves. They want you to be just fine, living your life, letting them give you mixed treatment and mixed messages, and everything should be okay with that. But yet, oh, but I know that that's wrong, and of course I don't want pile 2 to be suffering, and I don't want, of course, want pile 2 to put their lives on hold. You know, it's like they are very conflicted. They're very much of like, you know, torn. So again, this is just their wants. This is not advice from me. Okay. Now I want to see a little bit more about what they want from you. I have this really cool oracle deck from Alfie's Wheel. I did do a short on this a while back, which is cute. And I'm going to do this. So as you and your person have entered into the cycle you are in now, this deck is called When One Door Closes. And so it's basically based on the adage of then a window opens or another opportunity happens. So I want to pull 2 cards to see what does your person want from you now that you're in this cycle of time that you're in now. So we have for you, number 9, which might be an important number or date for you. Number 9 is about completion, and it's also about going for like a spiritual or your higher self. So creeping in, hidden, occult mysteries, deeper knowing. So 1, your person still wants to know everything. They don't like to be shut out. They don't like to be in the dark. They don't like to not know things. However, your person also wants to maybe keep you hidden or keep you a secret. What they want is they want things to be very much on the down low. They want you to be very much cool. They want you to keep things quiet. They want that. So that's very interesting. They also may want you or want from you that you share your spiritual gifts with them, your knowledge with them, your healing with them, the esoteric feelings that you have. They want that. And then I get 10, which is interesting. That could be a very interesting date or number for you. Window of awakening. It seems like they want you to go through some epiphanies. They want some realizations from you. They want you to have some tower moments. They want you to really have some realizations about them, about this connection, maybe yourself. So it's interesting actually how both of these windows are the same shape and they're red. And the red is very interesting. It reminds me of passion. It reminds me of frustration and anger. It reminds me of sex. It reminds me of death. It reminds me of the root chakra, security. So they want these things. It's very interesting. Not saying obviously somebody wants death, but they might want end or change or transformation to something. And it's not like they necessarily want frustration or anger, but I feel like maybe that's what they're feeling emotionally, or maybe they think that you're feeling this emotionally, that kind of thing. I want to know, oh yes, okay. So since you chose Princess Bride, I have the Princess Affirmation cards for you. My friend sent me this when I was doing the Disney readings, and I wasn't able to put this into the full-length Disney reading that I did for you last time, but I wanted to include it this time so that with the Princess Bride, this is some advice for you. Or maybe this is even ideas for you, or maybe a little help from you, for you. So these basically, I'm breaking this into 4 piles, and they're separated by color. And these 4 themes or categories are inspiration, affirmations, activity, and conversations. So this might be something you can do with your person if you guys have that kind of dynamic, if you guys are not blocked and you're talking and you interact. This might be something that you do on your own, especially if you're not in your person's life right now. And it seems like, your person seems a little very conflicted. So I feel like some of you may be in conversation with them. Some of you may have strained conversation. Some of you may be in no contact. So there is that. But we're going to pull one card from each deck as some advice for you. So if you can't do this with your person as a bonding exercise, then maybe it's food for thought for you, or maybe you can do it with somebody else, like a friend of yours or a family member that you trust, or maybe it's just you can journal about it. So we have Ariel. So, okay. For conversations. For activity, we have Mulan and we have Mushu. For affirmations, we have Mulan again without Mushu. And for inspiration, we have Rapunzel. Okay, so we're going to start with Ariel. So this is a conversation. Now, if you're in conversation with your person, if you guys are talking, maybe this is a conversation they wish they could have with you or they want from you, or maybe this is some advice for you about me. Sorry, my phone just stopped recording because I got a severe weather alert emergency warning on my phone for this area. And again, no probs. They're like, don't travel. And I'm like, no worries. I'm going to be reading by the fire in the candlelight by the rain with you guys. Anyways, so back to this. It might be a conversation they wish to have with you, or maybe you could have it alone or with a friend, or you can journal about it. I was afraid to enter Ursula's lair, but my desire to explore the human world gave me the courage to keep swimming. Think about a time that you were brave. What were you afraid of? What gave you the courage to overcome your fear? So maybe your person wants you to overcome your fear and be brave and have some courage. Maybe your person feels like they want you to be brave in your life and venture out and do that. Maybe your person needs to be brave, and maybe they need to remind themselves of some time where they had courage to overcome a fear of theirs. So this is very interesting. So that is some food for thought for you. Maybe a conversation you can have with your person. What gives you, or what gives your person the courage to keep going? The courage to be brave and overcome fears. Mulan, which she was very brave going into battle. Plan an adventure. This is an activity. Take out a map or a globe, close your eyes, and point to a destination. How will you get there? Who will you take with you? What will you do when you arrive? Now, we did get the Eight of Wands card where you still want to see your person in person. It seems like you're still wanting to see them. It seems like maybe if you guys have to travel together, maybe the activity is that you meet up, maybe you see each other, maybe you have a heart-to-heart talk in person, or maybe this is an activity where you're going off on your own and you're doing this and you experience a whole new world, as it will. So it seems like, yes, that maybe it's time for you, as advice for you, to plan an adventure in general. Maybe go with Mushu, one of your best friends. Maybe go with a best friend and close your eyes and point to a destination. Obviously, this is privilege. Not everyone can do this. But if you can, maybe there's that. If not, maybe you could imagine this and come up with maybe some epiphanies from doing like a visualization meditation exercise. So, who would you want to take with you to your favorite place in the world? What would you do with your person maybe when you arrived there? How would you guys be together in person if you guys were to go kind of role play this? I am a problem solver. Affirmation. The solution to a problem might not be the obvious one. Sometimes the most challenging part of the problem can be the key to solving it. And it's so interesting. They say as a therapist in therapy that a lot of couples will have these unsolvable problems. Every relationship will have a series of unsolvable problems in each connection. And it's how you and your person navigate around these unsolvable problems together to manage things and work through it is what gives your relationship like longevity or really makes you guys strong together as a couple. But they always say that when someone goes to therapy, or when somebody, even when a couple goes to couples therapy, that whatever problem is being presented, the key to solving that problem is inherent in that person. It's like the solution is already there. It's just about digging and finding that solution. And in this case, your affirmation is that you're a problem solver. You can solve the problem of your love life right now, inherent inside of you, within you. So it may not be an obvious solution. It might be buried deep down, but there is a solution there. So the key to solving your problem is inside of you. All right, inspiration. When I promise something, I never ever break that promise. Rapunzel. You might want to be with somebody that will never break their promise with you. You might want to be with somebody, or maybe your connection with your person can become this over time, or maybe you find somebody else that can become this. But it seems like for you, having honesty, integrity, and keeping promises is very important to you, very important to this connection, or something that your person even wants from you. Think about the promises that maybe you have made together in your connection with your person, and how to honor and uphold those, or how you need somebody that will honor and uphold certain promises. So that is what I have for you with the princess affirmations. Now we're going to go back to figuring out a little bit more about what does your person want from you, from hearing it from the horse's mouth themselves. So I'm going to go to a couple of these different decks. This one. Look at this one. We have a little bit more time, I think, than pile one. But I don't really know because my phone stopped recording. So we're just going to play it by ear. All right. We are going to write our own story. All right. And we'll do this one. And we'll do this one. Okay. So I'm going to do one card from each of these decks to see what does your person want from you. Lust. Infatuation, lust bound, in over your head, and obsession. It seems like your person really wants you to be obsessed with them. They really want your passionate desire. They may not know what to do with it if they have it, but it seems like they definitely, part of their ego wants it for sure. Fear and worry. They want you to value them and to be scared of not being with them, and they want you to worry about them. They want your caring, your nurturing, and they do want your bravery, but they want you to be scared of losing them. Paralyzing fear. They want you to be so scared to lose them that you would be miserable without them. Again, they may not want to hear that, though. They may not know how to handle that if you were to say that. But it seems like part of their ego wants that level of importance. Summer. They want the summer with you. They want, or they may even, you might have had some special times with your person in the summer, and they want more of those memories, or they might be reminiscing about those times, especially if you or your person lives in like a tropical time, or you guys have been somewhere tropical together, if you guys have been to the beach together. It's time to see the sunny side. Your answers arrive in the summer. They might want you to be patient and wait for the summer. They might think in the summer is when things can get better between the two of you, and they may want you to just be optimistic about this connection. All right. What does your person want from you? Solitary, withdrawn, lonesome, single. They might want that you don't date anyone. They might want you to be solitary and alone and by yourself and single. Now again, that does not mean that that's what's supposed to happen or that you're meant to do this, but that might be part of their ego talking where they want this. They also may want some alone time or some space from you, and they want to be able to be single and solitary and alone on their own. And again, that conflicts with a lot of things. So they may want space, or they may want you to have space, but they're also petrified of you taking space. They don't want to give up the power. What does your person want from you? They want everything. They want all of it. They're scared to have it, and they want all of it. You are my everything. They want everything with you. And they want you. But number 10 again. Interesting, this number has come up twice. October, or the 10th, or very interesting. So, very, very interesting. All right, I want a final message for you guys. We'll do this one. Okay. Final card. What is your person thinking and feeling about you right now, which might hold the key to what they want from you? I'm actually going to do 3. Okay. This is shadow side, light side messages. Shadow, I put up walls around me. They may want you to respect their boundaries, but also they may want you to make them feel safe enough to lower their walls. I keep track of you online. They may want to know everything about what you're doing. Can you forgive me? Can you try to understand me? So it seems like, yeah, your person really wants your forgiveness, and they really want you to be able to understand where they're coming from, to have the empathy to forgive what they maybe have done in this connection. Your person, when I'm tapping into their energy and I'm looking at all the cards you guys have gotten, I feel like your person has to be suffering because, you know, a person this conflicted cannot be a happy person. They can't be totally fine. They seem very, very much in conflict with themselves. So I feel like your person is definitely suffering on some level, and it seems like they would like to have your compassion for what they're going through. Not to say that you have to give it to them, but it seems like that's most likely what they want from you. And I would say for you as your final message, that that's probably the thing they want from you probably the most, is understanding. And again, not that you have to give it to them, but just that it seems like that's what they want. All right, guys, that is what I have for you. I hope you guys have enjoyed this reading. If you have, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. If you felt like this was accurate in some way or pertained to your situation, I'd love to know, how you guys have resonated with this. And if you feel like this wasn't your situation, feel free to pick another pile or another book or another card deck or another reading. So until next time, I will see you guys soon. Take care. Bye. Hi, Pile 3. Welcome to your reading today, where we are focusing on what does your person want from you. I know that love can be so confusing, and people can give mixed messages, and we never really know what is it that they want from us. We don't know how to act sometimes, or how best to be in a situation when we have love. So hopefully this video will share a little insight for you from your person about what is it they want from you. You guys have picked the spiritual pile. So now that we're in Pisces season, I've found these beautiful leather bound books with like the gold scroll. This one is actually from my bookstore, Mystic Journey. So I'll be returning this quickly. But anyway, this book is very cool. Autobiography by a Yogi. You guys are definitely my spiritual pile, or maybe your person is. Also, you or your person may be from India. I apologize for not really having a lot of, cool objects for this pile, because I know this is like a Buddhist necklace, and I know Buddhism and Hinduism are totally different, but I kind of felt like this was a very cool kind of peaceful meditation, almost like he's kind of sort of doing yoga, right? But not really. So I kind of felt like it was a theme, and also I needed another black thing to go with the other black things, the other objects. I wanted the synchronicity and the, what is it called? The symmetry. So this is what you guys get. Maybe meditation is actually something that you or your person like to do, or could be some advice for you about this. This also might be that if you meditate like this also might be like how you channel, how you get your ideas. Because I don't think you guys could pick this pile and not be very intuitive and, yourselves. So I feel like this is very cool. So these Pisces book series is basically fantasy and spirituality, the two sides of Pisces. Oops, to make them awesome. Anyways, I am actually going to put this out of frame, not because it's been falling over, even though that is part of it, but the other part is because I have a shortage of table space if I keep this book on. So I'm going to actually put this down. So, can I put it back here, maybe? I haven't done that with the other books. Whatevs. Anyway, I will put your cool little necklace in frame for you. And I like how it has a mala on it as well, too, right? So I think that's very cool. Meditation. And we'll put it there. Okay. You guys have also picked this really cool tarot deck. It's called the Cathar Tarot. So I love it because it's gold, but also it has a lot of cool symbolism in it. I feel like that this was also a spiritual deck because it's about like going on a quest. And I feel like this is actually connected to, I don't know for sure, but I think I've only used it once. But I think this is connected to like the Holy Grail and like some of the spiritual quests. So this is kind of just like a spiritual pile that's kind of a combination of a lot of different spiritualities. So anyway, so yes, there's Christianity, there's Buddhism, there's Hinduism, there's all sorts of crazy shit in this pile. You guys are very fun. All right, so first of all, we're going to look at what is going on in this connection. Also, I hope the sound of the rain is very cozy for you, if you guys can hear it. I've left the door open today for this session because it's raining out a lot outside, and I feel like there's nothing better than listening to the rain and cozying up by the fire and reading your books and having a cup of tea. So hopefully the rain is soothing for you and doesn't make you just want to go to the bathroom. Sometimes when I put water in my videos, people are like, that makes me need to pee. Thanks for that. So hopefully that's not the case in this case. All right. So I'm going to start off with a traditional kind of spread kind of connection for you guys right now. And I am going to do reversals so that we can tune into your energy with more specifics. We're going to see what does your person want from you. So this side is going to be, what are you thinking, feeling about your person right now from your point of view? What is your person thinking and feeling about you right now from their point of view? What is it that they've wanted from you in the past? What is it that they want from you most likely in the near future? And what is it they will want from you most likely down the road after about a 3-month time? So let's see, what is it that you want from your person? The parfait. Oh yeah, that's what's so cool about this deck is it also has some cards that are in French. Randomly. Okay, so the parfait is very cool. So this is the card of the magician. And the parfait is French for perfect. So it seems like maybe you're thinking that this connection is going pretty well. You might be idealizing your person a little bit or feel like they are just perfect. You may see the spirituality or in them or see like their perfection on the 5D, even if their 3D person has some interesting flaws that you might even overlook. So with the parfait, it seems like you feel like this connection might be a little perfect, even if it doesn't always go the way that you want. Then I get the 9 of wisdom, which is in reverse, and the 7 of wisdom, which is in reverse. So I will show you these cards upright so you can see what they look like. So we have the 9 of wands and we have the 7 of wands in reverse. But to show you the card, the 7 of wands looks like this, which makes sense because feeling like a little defensive, feeling self-protective, maybe feeling like other people are out to get you or they're combative or coming to get you and you're needing to be protective of that way, in that way. But the 7 of wands is also the card of standing your ground and being able to really assert yourself in a way that you really know is the truth, is wise. And so it seems like the traditional Rider-Waite deck basically has this person standing up on a mountain kind of defending themselves from all these wands coming at them, where it says, when you stand your ground, other people will rise to your level. And so the 7 of wands, which is in reverse, is like you're feeling like you don't really want to have to defend yourself from your person. You don't want to have to overly protect yourself. You don't want these boundaries and these barriers between the two of you. You feel like you want it to be perfect. So with the 7 of wands in reverse, it's like you're not wanting to be defensive. Even the 9 of wands in reverse, where this card is usually said like a battle and a battle being over and feeling like a little bit of a wounded warrior. Because you know that when you have these defenses up, when people are defensive, that, you know, all it does is just serve to like hurt people and kind of deteriorates a relationship. So you're feeling like you don't want to have to defend yourself from this person. You don't want to have walls up. You don't want to have to feel like you might lose a connection because of, being guarded or closed off. And you want this relationship to be like its divine, kind of divine beauty of it. So there is that. And you want it to have the wisdom, and you want it to have the magician. You want to manifest it. You want to make it great. So it seems like you're trying to create and manifest right now a relationship with your person that is very beautiful, very wise, and that's, magical. Your person, okay. So this is interesting. Number one, I get the Lord of Love. This is a King of Cups. So your person definitely loves you a lot. You can definitely probably feel their love. They may not be communicating it very strongly, but it seems like you can feel it. So the Lord of Love is kind of feeling like, all right, well, they have lots of love for you. They're like the ultimate romantic man, or the ultimate romantic person in the tarot. The King of Cups, the King of Hearts, And so it's like they have all this love for you. You can feel it. They probably are highly spiritual. You can feel that. And they probably love your spirituality. And that really connects the two of you and really combines that together very, very nicely. And then I get the Death card in reverse. So the Death card's scary. It looks like this, but it's in reverse. So it seems like your person doesn't want things to be over. They may be resistant right now to growing or changing or transforming, but I also feel like they don't want the relationship between the two of you guys to end. So whether you guys are in separation or whether you guys are, progressing this connection nicely, they don't want it to end, or they don't want you guys to be in separation. And then I get the Endura, which is interesting because this is a card usually of I would say Endura means endurance. They want this, to have this connection with you. But with this endurance in reverse, it's almost like they don't know if they want to progress it. The Hangman is in reverse, which is great. So actually you get the card of ending and being on pause, but it's in reverse. So that means that's the opposite meaning. So your person wants to have this connection endure, but they don't want it to be stuck. They don't want it to be on pause. They want to break free and break out of that. They want to move forward with you. So that is beautiful. And they don't want this to be over. They don't want it to be stuck. In the past, what they've wanted from you, oh, wow. So you guys have not gone through the easiest journey. I will tell you that. In the past, I got the Five of Cups. It's interesting. Each one of these piles have gotten the Five of Cups card. They all have wanted at some point or want you guys to miss them, to feel like they're important to you, to even be a little sad if you guys can't be together. So it's like they really want you to feel the feelings that they're important and that you care for them. And they really wanted in the past, you to know their importance. Maybe they even thought that you had gone through a life of hardship or some really tough times in love, and they wanted you to see that they were better than that for you. But then I get the Two of Swords, which is they wanted you to make a decision, and the Ten of Swords, they wanted you to make a decision to have this ending. So whether they wanted you, now there may be multiple scenarios because of multiple people watching, but I would say they definitely wanted you to miss them and they wanted to be important to you. They wanted you to be sad without them so that you could choose them. They wanted you to make a decision to end something difficult in your life so you guys could be together, or they wanted you guys to end something that wasn't working, that was causing you guys sadness, so that your relationship or your connection could improve and could get better. So it seems like your person really wanted to go through this reset or this painful ending so that you guys could really move forward. Kind of like they wanted you guys to almost like to have relationship surgery or break the bone to make it heal back properly. Kind of like that. It seems like they definitely wanted to end something that wasn't working so that you guys could move forward better. Now, I get in regards to this, I get the Ace of Swords, the Ace of Love, and the Six of Love. Okay, so what they want from you in the next 3 months is lovely and the prettiest that I've seen out of all the piles today. So the Ace of Swords, in the future, what they want from you within these next 3 months of time in the near future is they really want for you to make some strong choices and strong decisions. They want you to communicate very effectively. They want you to have clarity and some epiphanies and realizations. And they really want great communication to happen between the two of you. They want some very strong, beautiful new beginnings. They also want a new like love. This is the Holy Grail. This is like the ultimate gift, the ultimate thing they want. So the Ace of Cups, they really want to have like you. They want you. They think you're the Holy Grail. They think you're like the best of the best. They want all of this love. So they want your love. They want your words. They want all of it. And then the Six of Cups, which is the card of getting back together. In this deck, it's called the Six of Love, which they want all your love. So it's beautiful. So they want you to make a decision to give them, for you to give your heart to them, and get back together and reconcile, and that's beautiful. And they want you to do this quickly and right away. And then the Three of Cups, for the future down the road, they want happiness, celebration with you, good times, lots of love. They want to go out to fun parties with you or go to fun places with you and enjoy things together and have happiness and celebration and all of that. So they want all of that great stuff. All right, so that's beautiful. Now I want to see a little more. I want to see a little more about what do they want from you right now. You guys have the best pile out of all the piles, I have to say. Pile 1 and 2 are a little tricky. Very conflicted. You guys, not a surprise, the spiritual pile got the best reading because you guys have done work on yourselves. Not that they haven't, but you guys have done work on yourselves and you guys are manifesting well and you seem like you are really in alignment even though you and your person have gone through tough times. Not to say you guys haven't gone through tough times, like you have. You guys have that Ten of Swords in the past. That was hard. All right. So what they want from you is they want the World of Truth, and that's in reverse. So I want to say this is the World card. So it seems like it's interesting. So they may not want to know everything. They may not, they may be okay being a little bit in the dark. They may just not want completion. They might want this not to be over. Sometimes the World card is about things being over or completed, end of a cycle being done. So they may not want that, or they may not need to know all the facts or all the things. They might be somebody that's more of a feeler and less of a communicator. So they may not need to have deep talks with you to know and to feel you and to have that. And then I get the Ten of Wisdom, which is Ten of Wands. So they definitely want to be able to have from you that you're really committed to this. I always look at Ten of Wands, even though it's a card sometimes of like burden and responsibility, but of having like a soul contract where you're really committed in this connection. So I feel like they really want you to feel like you're all in. So that is very beautiful. I get the Lady of Wisdom in reverse. Okay, so Queen of Wands, but in reverse. They may have had, we'll say women, they may have had women in their life before, whether moms, grandmothers, aunts, or maybe romantic partners, if they date women, or divine feminines, that have been a little too egoic or a little too fiery. They may want you to be in a place where you can transcend, again, it's very, very autobiography from a yogi, transcend your ego or transcend the human ego in order to be in a partnership that's beautiful. They may have had people before that they've dated that were like too vain or too focused on appearance or too focused like on negative. They may have dealt with narcissists before or people who are overly selfish. So they want their partner, they want you, or they want to pair with you. And so they would want you to be their partner, and they would want in a partnership, and I feel like you show this to them anyways. I mean, you're the spiritual pile, but I feel like with this Queen of Fire in reverse, they don't want like your needs to come at the expense of this partnership. They want you to be in like a equal give and take relationship. They don't want a person that's narcissistic or vain or too selfish. They don't want somebody too angry or that doesn't have emotional self-control when it's needed. They don't want somebody to be, abusive or angry. Maybe they've been through abusive relationships. So they want you to be better than who they've dated before. Lady of Swords in reverse. They also want you to not be the negative sides of an air sign Queen of Swords. So with this, it's like they also don't want you to be too cold. So like they don't want you to dim your fire so much that like you're cold and unfeeling and not at all in this and you're totally detached. Also, you know how sometimes they say in spiritual communities that they're like, oh, release all attachment, completely disregard any connection to like anything you have in life or whatever. You have to be completely removed and let go so much that you're just not at all attached to anything, like why we live here. And like I get how that's a philosophy, and I definitely don't want to criticize anybody's belief of that, because I love everybody having their own spiritualities, but I feel like they're wanting to be cautious of somebody being so detached that they're not even able to be present. They're not even able to like connect or be together. So they're wanting the extreme of that to be balanced out. So they do want you to not be like so fiery that it like explodes the relationship, but they also don't want you to be so cold and stoic that they're not able to connect with you either. So there is that. And again, I feel like, aw, and they want you to receive all their love with the Knight of Cups. That's so beautiful. So with the Knight of Love or Knight of Cups, they just want to give to you everything. They want to give to you their heart, their soul, all of their beauty. They want to connect with you spiritually and romantically, and that's so beautiful. So, and again, you may be an air sign or a fire sign, so you could be Gemini, Aquarius, Libra, or you could be Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Divine Feminine, and they may be a water sign, especially with the King of Cups on their side, and they're getting this, so they might be a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, or have that in their chart somewhere strong. So that is very cool. Now I'm going to get some advice for you guys. The other piles got my Princess affirmation cards, but for you, because you're my spiritual pile, I'm going to give you some advice with the Angel Therapy Oracle, which is cool. All right, so we have some Angel Therapy Oracle giving you some advice. Very spiritual and beautiful. All right, so I'm gonna do, they got 4 piles, so we'll do 4 cards for you. 1, 2, 3. So this is advice from Spirit in regards to how to deal with the connection between you and your person, or advice for you in your love life right now. So we have Indigo, we have Cut Your Cords, we have Release, and we have Parents. So right away, what I see for you is I feel like Spirit is going to help you heal and transform and change any sort of wounding that you may have from your childhood, from your family dynamics, especially from your parents. So I feel like that, yeah, that Spirit's going to be able to help you heal or get through any sort of blocks that comes with if your parents had a difficult marriage, if your parents treated you in a way that was challenging or stressful, or, you know, even if we feel hurt by them and they didn't mean it, or they weren't horrible people. Like, you know, obviously parents come on a spectrum, and some parents are like, they never should have been parents, and other parents are like the best ever, but we still feel a little hurt by something, and that's all fine. So it seems like that you're being guided to heal any wounds from your parents. Especially if you saw any issues in their marriage, you would be afraid of repeating in your relationship. And also connections between you and your parents as well give you your attachment style. So it's about healing your attachment style if you're feeling too anxious or too avoidant and feeling like you're afraid of being like enmeshed or overwhelmed with a partnership where they don't respect boundaries and they don't give you space, or the other extreme anxious attachment style where you're feeling like, wow, they're just, do they love me, do they love me, do they love me, do they love me? That very like insecure part. We always want to be kind of like in the middle where we have like a secure attachment, but that's hard to get to. So it might be about your attachment style. People who have been abused have more of a style called like disorganized attachment, where it's like they may be apathetic about connections and be like, I don't care if they're here or there. Sometimes when we go through pain with our person, we can get to that point where we're like now numb, or we're detached, or we're like, I don't even care if you come or go anymore. I feel so hurt. I don't even react now. It's like a shutdown mentality, or like a mentality where like you're not even expecting connection or even thinking that you could have it. So, you know, our attachment styles vary all across the board. None of them are bad. It's just, it affects our connection with our person and how we interact with them. So they're wanting you to help transform that and heal them. I get the release card, which is beautiful. So releasing anything that holds you back, any emotional baggage. It's about healing. Also with the release card, especially connected to cutting cords. Now this can be about releasing and cutting cords in regards to anything like regarding your parents or anything like familial. Or it might be that for you it could be releasing cutting your cords to an ex. Releasing cutting your cords to somebody else that was really, really binding you and really tying you to something. So if you feel like something happened in your life that was wounding you, or there was a codependent relationship, either with family or romantically, or even with some very important friends or jobs, that it's about cutting your cords to the things that are codependent and unhealthy for you so that you can have this beautiful connection with your person, and it can also help you heal your family dynamics. So that's good. And so releasing that, change and transforming that. So that will help you tremendously, regardless of who you're with. And then indigo child. So you might feel like you're different than, you know, most people, that you have this unique spirit to you, that you're somebody who's a little bit of like a rebel heart, or that you have this humanitarian piece that really wants to help society, or you have this part of you that doesn't want to blend in with normal society. And in that case, it's about really just celebrating your own individuality and the beauty of that. Or if your person is like an indigo child or has those qualities, then it's about being able to, like, you know, give that love and acceptance and that beauty to your person in that way. So that is cool. And now we're going to look at what does your person want from you from a variety of decks. And I'm going to pull as your final messages what they want from you straight from the horse's mouth, straight from what they are thinking and feeling, and what they want from you in that. So we have all these decks. Interesting how these piles have been similar in some ways and very different in other ways. Okay. All right. So as your final messages, what your person wants from you. Hesitation. It seems like your person is glad when you're able to take your time and be really thoughtful and reflect on things and not just impulsively dive forward right away, but that you can build something over time. They like how you hesitate speaking your mind because it means that you're thoughtful about what you want to say and that you're mindful about things and that you're conscious and deliberate and that you're not somebody that's so unrestrained and messy and all over the place that you're able to, you know, be involved in this connection in a way that's very evolved of you. So then I feel safe confiding in you. So they love how you've been giving them a safe space to be able to share who they are and their vulnerable side. So that's beautiful. And I feel like they want you to continue just making it feel safe for them to be able to confide in you and to open up and to attach to you and to really connect in that beautiful way. So that's awesome. Aw, that's so beautiful. You make my heart full. So it seems like with the 10 of Cups, which is so beautiful, they really just want you to continue giving them love and to receive their love. And this is so special. I love this for you. So you make their heart full and they want your heart and they want to give you their heart. Inner voice. This is very beautiful. They want you to keep listening to your intuition and your inner voice and your spirituality and your truth as you're channeling and you're connecting with them in this beautiful way. So I love that for you guys. It seems like your person is very invested in you and has a lot of a very, very strong connection. So that's great. And then results coming. Nice. They want you to show them results. And it seems like they also want to tell you that they're going to try to take action and they're going to give you results in regards to this connection and this partnership. So that's great, and to receive those results. Also, this card says 23, so maybe February 3rd or maybe the 23rd of the month is an important birthday or date for you. Solitary, withdrawn, lonesome, single. So they want you to feel like it's okay to take time apart to be able to have your own time, your alone time, your space, to be able to meditate, to be able to revel in the sanctuary of your connection together, and for you to really be able to kind of like a monk or a Buddha, kind of just have your own kind of spiritual, solitary, alone time where you can hear your inner voice and you can really, have that sanctuary, because that creates a sanctuary in your connection together. And making amends, apologies, and forgiveness. So what they want from you is they want your forgiveness, and they may want an apology. So for some of you, if you guys have gone through some difficult times in this connection, they may want an apology, or they may want your forgiveness if they apologize to you. So, and they always say a relationship is beautiful when you're continuously, forgiving each other for things as you go forward. But obviously, of course, use your discernment. You don't want to be continuously forgiving somebody that's obviously messing up all the time chronically because they have not actually really done the work and changed and all that. But anyway, that is what I have for you, pile 3. I hope this has helped you. If you feel like this is not your pile or your situation, feel free to pick another pile or another video or another book. You might be drawn to some of the fantasy books, and feel free to check those piles out too if you feel like there are messages in there for you, or if you feel like you're drawn there. So there is that, or if this isn't your situation. And if you guys did like this video, I'd love for you guys to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And until next time, I will see you later. So I hope you take care. Bye, guys.